Scott here again in the Lifestyle Kitchen. Today I'm doing a dish that I learnt about while I was recently in Dubai at the World Association of Chef Societies Congress. Now this was presented a demonstration by an interesting chef with an interesting name. He's called Chef Osama, so of course you can read into that whatever you will. But he has a TV show that goes out through the Middle East and also in America, and it's focused on Arabian or Arabic cookery. So what I'm going to do for you today is a dish called Keeba, and Keeba are basically a little we'll call them a pastry item for a better term, that's sort of served as an appetiser or as a small entree within their part of their cuisine. Now I've had to do a bit of the preparation for this one because there's a wee bit involved, but for you at home, quite an easy thing to do. So in my bowl here I have an interesting mix. Now this is basically fresh beef mince and using cracked wheat. So this is the cracked wheat here, which you can buy in most supermarkets, or if not, go to Bin Inn, they have it. In here we've got some mixed spice, we've got salt and pepper, and then some iced water, and basically you do that in the food processor and it comes together as a paste. This is actually like our coating, this is our pastry part as I'm calling it. So that's that first component. Our second component is the filling. Now this again is beef mince, which we've fried off with some onion, mixed spice again, salt and pepper, and some toasted pine nuts. And that's basically our filling, as you'll get to see what I'm talking about. So what we do, we make sure we've got some cold water on our hands, and we take some of our pastry mix, as I'm calling it here, which is basically our minced beef, which was raw, wasn't cooked, and our cracked wheat, and our onion, and our spices. So what I did, I rolled it into a ball, as hopefully you saw, and now what we're doing is basically making a cavity in the middle. We want to make sure the outside coating is relatively thin. So we've made a little vessel, and we're taking a teaspoonful of our cooked beef mince and pine nut mixture. We're putting that in the middle, and then we're encasing the whole lot. And as we're encasing, we're pinching together the top, and we're creating a little parcel. And it has that sort of, I don't know what sort of shape you want to call that, but it's having that particular shape. And I've made some here ahead of time. So what we do now is they go into a deep fryer. So of course when you deep fry at 180 degrees is optimum deep frying temperature. And we'll pop those in. So if you haven't seen the cracked wheat before, again, that's what it's like. In the recipe that I took off his website, and he does have a website called www.chefosama.com, so you can go and have a look at his website, and there's some recipes there you can download. Just remember to convert it into English because the website is in Arabic. The cracked wheat is pronounced on their website, I think it's burgulu is the name for it. In the recipe he says to actually wash the cracked wheat in cold water, drain it well, and then spread it out and actually dry it out and let the water evaporate for a couple of hours. Now I didn't do that just to see actually what it would be like. So this recipe I've done was a straight cracked wheat into the food processor, and it's actually done the trick. We're serving it today just with a wee bit of tomato relish, just as a wee bit of a side there to it. So as I said, just make sure you've got these nice and thin, as in that outside casing, otherwise you'll be eating raw beef mince. But they brown up really nicely. Quite filling, quite spicy because of the spices that are in both mixtures, and there's a nutty texture there and a nutty flavour because of the nice toasted pine nuts. So they come out, just use a bit of handy kitchen towel to drain them on, or some kitchen paper. And we'll stick to the industry standard, just using 3, so we'll put 3 on there. And we'll just turn it around that way for the camera. So there's our Keeba, one of the little morsels, appetisers that they serve in Dubai. I'm Scott, and that's the Lifestyle Kitchen.